favorites, but you know, I'm wearing yellow today. It's not one of my favorites, but against my dark tan skin, yeah, yellow looks good on me. Thank you. Hi, Tasha. How is everyone today? Let me go back to the comments here. Oh, can never be professional. Thank you, Ari. I appreciate the short answer. Um, I appreciate that. So I don't know if you saw the title today, Instagram, but I'm having some issues in corporate America. So what most of you guys don't know is that I have participated politically in my neighborhood, right? And one of the places that I participate is with the budget advocates. Hi, Teresa. Ugh, the allergies. It could be smoke allergies too, because it's reaching as far as New York. Thank you. Thank you, Stephanie. I was talking before the video. All right. Um, and so in the budget advocates group, which last year was mostly white, this year it's well blended, well blended. And I really like the fact that, you know, others have come through to be budget advocates and to be budget reps. And when I say others, I mean others of other races have come through. So I'm really happy with the mix that we have this year. Except I think that the group from last year, many of them are still there. And it's like a group of 5 or 6 older white folks, right? To be honest, right? And you guys know, let's talk to just the blacks, right? You guys know that we would never call white out their face in the past. Now I call them out their face, but that's different now. But in the past, we would never. We would never call them out their face, and we would never call them out their face publicly. And we would just be concerned in being so rude, right? But since the Trump administration, it's okay to be rude, which is why I call them out their face now. If Trump can do it, if you can do it, Karen and Kevin, you know you gonna get called out your face with my black ass. Oh, hell yes. Oh, hell yes. So I say white people this and white people that and white people this, right? Now, and I mostly do it on social media. Who am I really talking to on social media? No one. Seriously. And when I call them out their face on social media, for the most part, it's in response to somebody dying at the hands of police. It's in response to a Karen not minding her goddamn business and her stupid husband, Kevin. That's when you'll see me say, white folks, y'all better stop, white folks, because this isn't going to be well for you, you know? But I would never, in all of my videos, will you ever see me just attack a white man. Now I might. Now I mean, like, white folks, stop. Whites, stop it. Right? I'm going to do that now. Right? But I'm in a group of these budget advocates of Los Angeles. No secrets here. Okay? I'm putting everything on the table. And I'm finding that this group of old white people have a mentality that is in the 1960s and backwards. And they don't have a willingness to change. And if somebody says something bad, nobody speaks up. Nobody says, dude, cut that shit out. Because I would think in a corporate environment, there should be some etiquette rules on cultural display of hatred. Am I wrong? So it's been twice already where two people, I don't think it was the same person. I don't think it was the same person. It might be the same person now that I'm thinking about it. Um, have mentioned one that BLM is anti-Semitic. And I did ask y'all in a video, prior to this one. And yesterday in a meeting, it came out that one of the co-founders is anti-Semitic. So my first question is, and I'm just going to be asking everyone, I did reach out to BLM, and this is now going to turn into a paper because I feel like this turns into corporate racism. And so my first question is one of the co-founders, I know there were two, anti-Semitic? And I need honest answers, right? Meaning, if she's ever said anything anti-Semitic in any way, send me something. I need proof. Oh, BLM was founded after Trayvon Martin. Huh. Thank you for that. It doesn't matter, Shazi. Stop calling people out of their sexuality. Y'all got to stop that too. That's not the question. The question is she anti-Semitic? Focus. Oh my God. Focus, people. I don't want to hear nothing against the gays. Just stay focused on the question. Her mother ran for office? Whose mother? Give me a name. What's her name, her mother? A lot of people aren't here. Maybe. He's here. Missing somebody. Somebody left, which I guess is a good thing. He's easy to find, though. Oh, that's because I put BLM in the title, Mary Jo. YouTube does it every time. Just come over to Periscope. All right, I'll be able to get my answer. So let's stay focused, Tracy, just like random blacks found lynched from trees. Yes, right. Right after George Floyd died. Exactly. Also, it was reported that Trayvon's dad was a Mason. There's nothing wrong with being a Mason. Many white people are Masons. Is that bad, DNA? Do you think it's bad that he's a Mason? I'll double check, but I thought she won county clerk. But do you have her name, Teresa? Hi, Tracy. So, no answers? Is the co-founder anti-Semitic? No answers for me? I mean, a couple of people are saying no. Hi, Skylar. So there's three people that are co-founders: Alicia Garza, Patrice Cullors, and Opal Tometi. Any of them ever say anything at all? Hi, Destiny. Anti-Semitic. What does anti-Semitic mean? That's a great question. Let's look it up. I'm not answering that question unless I get a good answer. But I need to save this page though. So let me just put this in my home screen. Let's see what Google says about what anti-Semitic means. I'm not going to give you my version of it. What is meaning of anti-Semitic? Thank you for that question, by the way.
Anti-Semitic.
No. What's the meaning? Relating to or characterized by anti-Semitism. Feeling or showing hostility toward or discrimination against Jews as a culture, racial, or ethnic group. I know people that are anti-Black. You're welcome. I don't know, Bettina. I don't know. I didn't know that there was a male. I always thought it was two females, but according to what I just got, it's actually three females. But I didn't ever know that there was a male involved. Alicia Garza, Patrice Cullors, and Opal Tometi. Those are the founders. Here's another question because she actually, when did she say this? June 25th. What's a trained Marxist? Maybe that could be the problem. All right. Let me just see some. I know I'm not talking. I'm sorry.
The word Marxist, I think people have no idea what they're talking about.
Right.
Like socialism, they don't know what they're talking about.
Right.
Most of these words, most people don't know what they're talking about. But Marxist, I find to be the one that people really just have no concept of what they're talking about. So first, can you just define what a Marxist is, and then just tell me a little bit about your journey?
Marxism.
Marx was, here's where I get my right-wing friends, just they go nuts. I say Marx was the greatest social scientist in the 19th century, without compare. And all my friends have been in the institution. And then I say, but everything wrong. And then my friends on the left go, ah, which is why I haven't got any friends.
The life of a classical liberal. Well, you're pissing off people.
Pissing off people on both sides. Now, the basic idea of Marxism, of course, is that history has a continuing pattern, and that ideas come from that pattern, from that material pattern, that the class struggle is central. History of all hitherto existing societies, to quote the Communist Manifesto, is the history of class struggle. And if you believe that, and you believe that ideas are just epiphenomenal, that they just come from your class position, which is what Marxists are supposed to think, then you'll be a follower of Marx. And oddly, from about 1890 to about 1980, I assumed there, most intellectuals in the West were some kind of Marxist. Even the conservatives were. Even the conservatives believed that material interests were what determined ideas. Whereas my claim, and the claim of a growing number of historians and especially historians, is that no, ideas themselves.
All right. Not getting my answers from you guys, huh? And Teresa, I don't know what they're teaching now in schools, but I learned about the Holocaust. But I also learned about the civil rights movement. So for me, it was a little different. I guess you guys in school are not learning about all the things that have brought us to this place, whether it be it Black or Jewish, anymore. And I think it's important to go over the history with your children, especially when somebody can just come out and say, BLM is anti-Semitic because they did not spend any time investing in the Jewish culture. But again, I invested in the Jewish culture to understand how the Holocaust could have ever occurred. But I also invested in the civil rights. And I'm going to tell you that there's a couple of differences between civil rights movement and the Holocaust. With the Holocaust, one of the biggest issues that occurred is that they did not fight. They didn't question. They didn't protest. They listened to the authorities. They packed their bags. They abandoned their homes. They stood in line only to go straight to the gas chambers and other parts of horrific, brutal deaths. And it happened in Germany. And their motto is never forget. And I understand the motto because Jews have been enslaved twice in history. And the very last one was just brutal. And so their motto is never forget. However, we also can use the motto never forget as African Americans because there are so many people that are anti-Black that do not support our enslavement and to this day are being brutally gunned down in public view. But the difference between the two groups is we have always protested. We have always fought. We have always stood up for the culture, for the people, with help from others. And so I feel like it looks different to people, I feel like it looks a lot different to people. But fighting for your God-given livelihood and your God-given right and protesting that you earn because we've since discovered by following and looking at back in history that if you don't protest, If you don't say, why am I packing my bags and am I ever coming back? Or you find a whole block of people just disappeared and never came back in Germany. If you don't question that, then a Holocaust can always occur, which is the reason why it's very important to challenge the presidency that we have in place right now. It's important to challenge that because the potential for that event to occur here in America is high. And the difference between Holocaust and America and blacks and Jews, because I don't think there's a comparison, but if we were to point out some things, what's happening to blacks happens in America, where we are standing on this land, on this ground, and there's history before us because they did it to the Native Americans and then segregated them and gave them a lack of education and had the Presbyterians take over and tell them the best they're going to be is janitors at a school. Another quiet culture that just accepted their faith. African Americans don't accept the words that are coming out of your mouth, Mr. White Man. And so we've been fighting every chance we get, every opportunity. It's only today that it's a real movement. The civil rights was a movement in peace, but don't get it twisted. After Martin Luther King gave his Vietnam speech, go listen to it. He was going to incite violence, and he was meeting up with Malcolm X to figure out what that looks like. He was not going to turn another cheek. I promise you. So with that being said, why am I not getting my answers? I hear one or two people say no. I need somebody to send me footage on record that these people have talked in anti-Semitic ways. I need video. I need an article. I need to know why one person in my, two people actually, it's two people in my group of budget advocates can blatantly say BLM is anti-Semitic. Prove it. And I need proof, guys. We're retired. We've been fighting for years. Racism is still here, and you will continue to fight. You will continue to fight for your children. You will not leave your children with this mess. No one can find anything. Seriously. Why am I not getting any comments? Hello? Send. Why am I not getting any comments on Instagram? I am getting a heart, so thank you for the hearts. Did you ask them? Yes. I emailed them last night. Yes, I would like to interview somebody from the Los Angeles chapter. I absolutely did. Hi, Gio. Gio, maybe you could help answer this question. And even if your answer is no, I just need some proof. Like, is BLM anti-Semitic? Is one of the co-founders anti-Semitic? They're trying to demonize BLM, right? Because the movement is the truth. I believe that. And it's getting powerful. So do you get to demonize it just because one or two Jewish people say we're anti-Semitic? If you yell loud enough, do people believe you? Nisha says, I just don't think we have the answers. If we don't have the answers, then it probably isn't true. Could that be possible that it's just not true? They are demonizing the BLM movement. Got it. Why the Jews, though? Why is it coming from my Jewish uh, uh, people, that's not what I wanted to say, in the budget advocates of Los Angeles. Why are they yelling and screaming in a meeting, first of all, on a Zoom? And don't I have the right to defend BLM? I need your help. If somebody says you're racist, don't I have the right to say who is racist and how did you come to that conclusion? Because I did that twice. But why am I arguing with people? So I want to make sure if I'm arguing with people, I've got some backup. I've got something in writing. I don't want to be surprised that somebody's going to come back at me and be like, boom, here's a video. It's disinformation, right? So are we just back that is none of this is just true? Is that where we're at? I don't know about being pro-Israel. Who's pro-Israel? I don't know. I don't want to talk about Israel. I want to talk about BLM. Ask them. Well, I'm going to write a paper. I'm going to write a paper, but I'm getting some information first. Meaning, if I write this paper, I'm going to read the paper to the public. Seems like someone is trying to cause dissension between BLM and the Jewish community. Is it the Jews, though? Is it the Jews? And here's why I'm asking the question. Jewish care has always been a thing. You guys realize that, right? You can't talk about the Jews, right? It's always been a thing, right? Why is Black care not a thing? And why is any Jewish person comparing themselves to BLM when we've suffered the same? Again, the difference is that we're suffering in the land that we're complaining about, America, period. And we protest, and we say something, and we speak up. That's the two big differences. So my question is, like, is what we're trying to say, is it bothering Jews? Is it kind of like, how dare you scream and yell? Because I went through the same thing. Like, have you ever, I'm Jewish. Oh, I got you. It's okay that you're Jewish. What was the point about Israel? Is what I was trying to say. Because it's not about Israel. I don't think it's about America and what's happening here. And can the Jews find a way to figure out that maybe, I'm just questioning, maybe we're not anti-Jew? Maybe we're just screaming and yelling about us. Is that it? Is that what I'm trying to get across? Is everybody clear? I get that, Teresa. Not getting into any of that. I know all of that, nor do I care. I'm asking why a Jewish counterpart can scream out anti-Semitism with BLM. That's all I'm trying to get to. I know the history of this and that and the third. Not this Jew. Blessings, sweetie. I believe you. And I honor your presence in my life. Thank you. Yes, I agree. My point is the pro-Israel movement, unfortunately, are in support of Trump. Oh, yeah, I know about that. Yeah, there's a lot of money tied into that, though. So I'm not getting into that heaviness of politics. Of course, they're pro-Trump. All about the money. I just looked it up. It has to do with. Is that true? Whatever you looked up, send it to me then. Because send that to me. Love you lots. Thank you, sweetie. Thank you. It's white supremacy spreading disinformation. All right. I mean, we're coming to XOXO. We're coming to one conclusion. And I'm hearing, That's what I'm hearing. But, I'm curious because I have a huge black face. So I really want to be fair to my people. I'm going to put this video out. I really want you all to figure out how to be authentic with me and how to show me that there is something out there against, anti-Semitic coming from the founders of BLM. That's what I really, really want to get to the bottom of. Because I can't fight unless I have some truth. I can't fight unless I have some answers. I don't have an argument. I don't even have a paper to write. At the end of the day, we have to lead in love. Yes. The fact is, Tracy, BLM is a movement, and some people in it, tell me where you heard someone say that. Let's leave Israel out of this. Let's leave the Palestinians out of this. This is not their fight. It just isn't. This paper will have nothing to do with Israel or Palestine. Y'all got a problem with Israel, Palestine. Y'all go to Trump. This is not my game. I have one concern, and that's the BLM movement. And have they ever spoken any anti-Semitism rhetoric? That's all I need to know. Are we good? Until power has they won't show their true colors. I don't believe that's true. I think people are showing their true colors right now. Okay, you're telling me to look it up. I'm not going to. Send it to me. Send it to me when I post this video. Just, Tracy, look at this link. Because I want to know if their words were twisted up. That's okay. I know how to twist up words too. That's actually a good thing. I want to know that they say it out of their mouths. I want proof. Oh, laugh out loud. I remember sometime back they were trying to demonize one of the founders of BLM. I never heard anything since. Right. And guys, I'm staying neutral. I'm not accusing BLM. I'm not accusing the Jews as a whole. I got 2 people in the budget advocates that said this. And that's the jugular I'm going for. I'm going for corporate racism that thinks it's okay to just say whatever they want, and others in the group don't respond, don't defend. Because is it true to everyone? And I need to figure that out. Okay, I get that link, but we need to dispel it. I get the link. We're going to break that link. The chains have to get broken because there's no problems with black protesting and the Jews. There's no problem. There's none. 0. Except that the attention is on blacks today. Leave it there. I don't want a YouTube link from you. Don't do it. I'm just going to delete your link, Keelan. No, I'm not blocking him. Leave him be. I don't have time to get up and block him. I'm not going to do it. Don't worry about... Oh, Gerald? You don't think these people bother me. They don't. I understand. I believe it's complete misinformation. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Ugh. Oh, God. Now I have to block you. You're so... Block user. All right. I blocked him. You guys will breathe. I'm just going to block you too because I just don't like you. Don't feel like looking, but my org had this same discussion. We have to talk about why there's an issue between anti-Semitism and the BLM movement. To my understanding, the Jews who are upset, Farrakhan is his own entity. Farrakhan is out there. And if anybody has ever had a problem with Farrakhan, somebody should have had enough guts to go after him. The reason why nobody goes after Farrakhan is because he comes back with bullets gazing. But he's his own entity. He's not necessarily a part of the BLM. He is a whole movement from years ago. Sean King's white. So there you go. Oh, okay. Thank you, sweeties. Thank you, sweeties. All right, guys. Yeah, Sean King is white, so whatever he has to say, I could care less. That's on you people's side. He's not black, so who gave a message in the garden, Nana? Who? I missed that you guys were talking. I'm so sorry. Yeah, I'm very cautious about who I talk bad about. I'm not necessarily following the rhetoric of Farrakhan. It's too volatile for me. Oh, Farrakhan. I just think his message is too volatile, and I just want to really make sure that I feel safe. So I can't always listen to Farrakhan. Sorry. I know they just picked up on the topic. That's why. But you know how people like to lump people in boxes? To some people, any black person talking about racism is a problem. I agree. No one's the moderator, Phoebe. I understand, but that last message was good. No, I get that he can sometimes give good messages, but I don't know if I can, praise uh, Farrakhan. He's had years and years and years of messaging that is uncomfortable for me. So I'm going to stay out that lane, and I just can't praise his rhetoric until it feels right, and it doesn't feel right to me to praise him in my public platform. All right, not getting the answers that I need, guys. Not getting the answers. And if I'm not getting the answers, I'm going to have to come to a conclusion. But hopefully I can speak with someone from BLM Los Angeles, and hopefully I can figure out at the very least why we got here. How did we get to a place where Jews believe we are anti-Semitics, in the BLM movement? Right, Sashia? You're not the only one. I wish I had more answers too. It's not just you, it's YouTube too. We're struggling to figure out how we got here. You think big business has something to do with it? It's a good point. I also think that instead of having one argument, which is why the police are so adamant about killing blacks, you know, in broad daylight, then it helps, others if two groups fight with one another. It helps. It helps not keep the focus on one particular group. And today, it's about black care. And that's a period, guys. It's about black care. And no matter how you slice it, we are going to continue the movement. So I needed some answers. And I needed some answers because if I'm in a group of people who are disrespecting me, I want to figure out why they're so heated about it. And so I think what I'm going to have to offer then is to say to the people that felt this way, maybe they need to give me proof. Maybe I just need to go straight to the person and say, offer me some proof. Misinformation spreads faster than truth, and someone group has a vested interest in two groups that have suffered simultaneously in the same centuries. Simultaneously, there's some vested interest in lack of care for the Jews if they want the Jews to fight against the blacks. So what does that mean? Like, it takes the attention off regular white folks? Is that really the purpose? Jews, I think you guys need to sit this one out. I promise you, it's not about you. I promise you. I promise you, it will never be about you. And moving forward, if there's one or two idiots that mistake the difference, go after the one or two idiots. They will not represent the whole black culture. They are saying it because they want to stop BLM. They are mad. We are standing up and fighting back, clearly. I think you're right. Thank you, Nana. Thank you. All right, guys. Still more research. If anybody wants to offer me anything, comment below. Please like and share this video. And thank you for putting up with me. Thank you for trying to answer some questions that apparently it's really hard to answer. And the question is, to end this, are any of the co-founders anti-Semitic on the BLM organization? Send me some information that can prove that they are. Because if you can't find anything, then it proves that they're not. All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Shashia. Thank you for being so open. We need to have a discussion, guys, not anger. We need to have a discussion. Hi, sweetie, about race here in America and about group hate. If we talk, we're going to come to a common ground. All right. Now I got to find the black Jews out there. All right. Let me see if I can find me a black Jew out there. By the way, all of you, I studied at synagogue. Yeah. But then I studied Asian culture too. I've studied at synagogue because I could. In Burbank, California, I went to study, the culture in their religion. I did. Maybe you should too. Maybe you half of y'all wouldn't be racist if you stepped into somebody else's whole religion and whole other culture. Try it. Took my son with me when he was 13 years old. Oh, yes, I did. Learned from a female rabbi. Oh, yes, I did. In Burbank. All right, love. I love you. Doesn't matter, Wolverine. Looking for an excuse to stop the movement. Yes, B. Butler. Thank you. All right, guys. Love you all. Bye.